Hi guys, Coach Jess here from Knockout Women's Boxing Club, and welcome to episode 1 of our Knockout Boxing Basics series. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to master your boxing stance. Remember, boxing starts from the ground up, so mastering your stance is going to have a huge impact on how the rest of your boxing workout will go. So stay tuned, and we will show you some tips on how to master that boxing stance. Okay guys, so I have Kara here with me, one of our knockouts, and she's going to help me show you how to master your boxing stance. As you can see, we have a piece of duct tape here on the floor, and this is going to be a guide for us to teach you how to properly stand. So she's straddling this line right now with her left foot on the left and her right foot on the right, but she's squared up, and this is not ideal for boxing. So she's right-handed, so if you're right-handed as well, what you're going to do is you're going to take a quarter turn to the right, and you're still going to straddle this line. So her left foot is still on the left, and her right foot is still on the right. Another thing that you'll notice is the angle of her foot in relation to this line. She's on a 45-degree angle versus pulling her feet directly at a 90-degree angle, pointing towards me, or turning her toes directly straight ahead towards you guys and having her feet positioned like she would walk. So you want to take a 45-degree angle in relation to this line. Okay. Obviously, you might not always have a line on the ground when you're doing your boxing workout. So what you want to do is have an imaginary line in your mind, and what happens is you're lining up the back of the heel to the front toe, and this is what we call staggered stance, heel toe, or standing on center line. So that is how you can gauge if your feet are in the right position. Okay. From there, she has her knees and her hips also in a 45-degree angle from that line, and her shoulders as well, but they can be slightly more forward. Next thing we need to talk about is her guard, where she positions her hands. So she's going to take her left hand and curl it up. She's going to rest her elbow right into her side. Her palm is facing in and her thumb is pointing back towards her. And then she's going to similarly put the right hand in the same position, but now this hand is going to be more in front of her chin. And her head is down. A common mistake people make here, because if you're doing this workout just for recreational purposes and you're not sparring and there's no contact, is people will punch with their head up, and this is not ideal. Even though you're not going to be having punches come back at you, you still want to do this properly, keeping the chin tucked down and the hands up and the elbows in. So again, really quick to review. She has her feet in a staggered stance. Again, left foot's on the left of this line, or imaginary line, right foot's on the right. Her toes, her knees, and her hips are in a 45-degree angle in relation to center line. Her elbows are in at her sides, her hands are up with their palms faced in and her thumbs pointing towards her, and her chin is down. So this is the ideal boxing stance to start your boxing workouts at the heavy bag or whatnot. For a right-handed person, you can see this is how she would stand, her left leg is forward. If you happen to be left-handed, all we're going to do is flip this, and she'll be standing with her right leg. So I'm going to have Kara try this flip. It's probably going to be a little bit uncomfortable for her, since she, in fact, isn't left-handed. So just to quickly go over, everything is the same. We're just turned now to the left instead of to the right, and her right lead is forward. She still has that staggered stance. Now with the right lead, her right leg is on the right side of the line, left leg is on the left side. Feet, knees, and hips are still on a 45-degree angle in relation to the line, and her hands are up, palms are facing in, chin is down, and elbows are in as well. So this is a left-handed stance. Again, right foot forward. Everything that we mentioned and went into more detail with for the right-handed person applies to the left-handed person. You just switch it. Okay, now that we have Kara in the proper stance, there's a couple more things we want to point out. One is the width of her feet. So she's about shoulder width apart or a little wider, so this is a good width for her to be able to move around freely. You don't want to stand too narrow like you would day to day, and you don't want to stand too wide. Okay, so she's got a good stance here, again, shoulder width or wider. And also, most of her weight is on the balls of her feet. So you don't want to be heavy on your heels here in boxing. You want to make sure that you're on the balls of your feet. And you can see she's kind of playing around with that as she shifts her weight back and forth. The other thing, again, a little bit hard to notice, is that her back heel is slightly off the ground. And this becomes much more important as you get into your punches here. So just, again, stay on the balls of your feet, keep that back heel slightly elevated and your knees are bent. So again, guys, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, practice the tips that we showed you today and you will be on your way to mastering your boxing stance. So we hope that was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you in episode 2 of Knockout Boxing Basics, where we will show you how to master your jab. Stay classy, knockouts. And thanks for stopping.
Damn it, I keep forgetting.